Good evening, my name is Adam Arwood, they call me the Zotmeister. Welcome once again to the Outer Worlds. There is still peril on Gorgon. We are not done with it. DLC be huge. Back at it we go. One brief message before I go in. I found a rather interesting gift in my laundry room early tonight. For the full effect, you want to see the photographs of it. You'll just have to join my Discord. It's on there. Courtesy of Grim Agent having one hell of an idea. Anyhow, where on Earth did we leave off? We're not on Earth, we're in Halcyon, actually. Okay. So, right, we got boarded. That's what happened at the end of the last session. We got boarded. We have gotten the, yes, we visited, the Olympus lab, that's right. Yes, the Oops. Got Jasper Lowe's credentials so that we can get into the chem lab back on Gorgon. But before we do that, we have to visit the Groundbreaker, and it's a separate entrance. One Marion Blakesley is hiding out there. Well, yes, yes. You are very much correct, Courtier, yes. We weren't boarded so much as we counterboarded. That is very, very true. I believe we are already at the Groundbreaker. Yeah, it says so right on the tin. Okay, looks like we have food addiction.
Stay safe out there.
Active. I've actually taken off the pink slip at the moment since I finally got my hands on the Plasma Rifle 3. This thing is insane. Don't let its lower DPS fool you. And the mind control ray. We've still got the Salvager's Helper. Push comes to shove. Still carrying the soft speaker around. We've got employee benefits, so we can try to stand up somebody who falls down. And there's going to be some talking with people at the start of this, and it is going to be hilarious as we proceed to pull rank on them. You will see what I mean. We will definitely be going back to Felix and Parvati. Sorry. We need them for the usual reasons. And we especially need Parvati. You'll see why. It's hilarious. I absolutely love it. Alright, Dr. Marion Blakesley is in here somewhere. Weird that that is marked as stealing, but it also doesn't matter in the slightest because there's nobody watching. That's not marked as stealing. That's not marked as stealing. Sizable things just lying around there. Alright. I don't think so. They were all with a former team called the Freebooters, and I'm pretty sure that the toss ball cards are all of actually they might be different teams, come to think of it. I'm not sure.
Look at these whole heads, walking around like they run the place.
Oh yeah, well we'll show them who runs the place.
Hey you, over here. Let's chat. Whoa, 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 it's Riz. Oh, fucking damn it. Every time. So, hey, you trespassing, and I'm armed. Maybe take a second look at your life choices, pal.
Looking for someone named of Marion Blakesley?
Yeah, I know that lady. I know she's looking for, solitude. She hired us to make sure no one comes sniffing around. Guess that's bad news for your plan there.
And who's us exactly?
Yeah, we're the gardeners. We keep order back here on these dangerous streets. Hallways. You know what I mean. Anyway, Blakesley's given us standing orders to strongly discourage anyone who tries to come in. I like to, extrapolate from there.
Does Junlei know you're down here?
We ain't subversives. We're gainfully employed. This is a private contract. Miss Junlei can't get too mad if we rough up some trespassers. Especially if I was nice enough to warn him first.
But she might get a little steamed if you hurt her girlfriend.
Huh?
Hi, I'm the girlfriend.
Oh, shit. Fine, fine. You want to check out the lab? Go for it. We won't stop you. But Blakesley's got her own setup in there, and she doesn't like guests. So, if you get shot, I'm telling Junlei I never saw you. Clear, guys.
I love that so much. That is so good. So funny.
Come on, this is great. We don't have to beat up miscreants for them anymore. We can beat up miscreants for ourselves.
Yeah, all these things are marked as stealing. I'm not going to try. Yeah. Hi, I'm the girlfriend. Yeah. Man, Ashley Birch gets all the roles with all the great lines. Uh, 10, 9, shoom. I got bored. Oh boy. Oh, nope, that is the one we want active. That's where we came in. A little bit up on the fourth floor up here. Yeah, you might recognize this layout as being very similar, if not identical, to the one that McRed's area was. But then it gets a little, as we descend, it gets a little more unique. But yeah, one downside is we don't get to loot all this stuff. Not that we need it at this point. There he is! Matt Spratt! Owner of the Sprat Shack on Gorgon. Yeah, thankfully he found his way down safely into here. So he's not gonna be, Actually, I wonder if that 500 bits was like an interest payment or something paid to the Sprat. Oops, we stole it. Yeah, it's a little Easter egg there.
Or what?
I think it's jammed.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah, there are plenty of people around here, but there kind of isn't anything over here anyhow. The vandalized troop set. This is the gardeners, all, like, draw up on these things and scratch them and everything. But they did a good job of buffing them up, too. If you do actually end up fighting your way through here, it's actually really good armor that they carry.
Everyone set you up some expensive toys. That's a good boy.
Nothing in here but that one ladder we saw on the way in. Yeah, they didn't leave a lot of things lying around down here. Workbench we could use. It's weird that some things are marked as stealing on here and some things aren't. Doggo. They don't let you take that. Oh boy. I don't think I have anything to tinker except maybe like the... Oh! Well. I will do that immediately. Yeah, I hadn't done that since we hit the level cap. Oops. Where's my good helmet? Let's make sure that's maxed out. Yeah, like vandalized defensive armor. Helmet. Look at that. Gardeners had some fun with it. I don't believe so. I think if... Actually, that's a good question. Actually, I think I could leave an item somewhere. You actually can. More meat for the doggo. Danger. There's actually a grabbable danger sign in one of the labs on Roseway. It's where you, put all the, I forget if they're, I think they're Raptidons. The Raptidon Queen, where you put her in, where you knock her out. And I don't think I actually grabbed that, and I don't know where it ends up on the ship if you do grab it. So that was actually something I missed. Yeah, it's opposite the terminal. Thank you for the bits, Grim. I appreciate that. To the local idiots, here's your weekly shipment. Please note the additional allotment of protein cakes. Can I convince you and your colleagues to fill out a brief questionnaire regarding your eating patterns? In the meantime, do try to cut down on all the sugary drinks. These mock apples are not marked as stealing. I will take them.
You have to be kidding me. I thought I made myself click. Wait, what's with this camera? Hello? Damn it. Look, I get it. Some people need things spelled out for them. I'm sure one of the auto mechanicals can explain.
Yeah, about that. Oh, good, a vending machine. Just what we needed. Carrying an exorbitant amount of toss ball equipment that we definitely do not require. Still holding it from when we were boarded. I don't think we need that for anything. Yeah. All this nicotine and alcohol. I'm not sure if we're actually going to be needing mods for anything else at this point, but definitely no harm done in selling surplus. And all this can go away. Yeah, the Hammer of Olympus is kind of, it doesn't go the distance, let's put it that way. This is a really neat area down here. I'll give it that. That's a good chunk of bits.
Oh, are you handsome? Looks like you got yourself a little snack.
Experimental notes. Group C, heretofore referred to as Clarice, continues to demonstrate increased growth and development relative to both the original and control strains. However, general mass and caloric content has not increased significantly compared to its predecessor, Horus. This suggests a limit in our ability to mitigate poor nutrient uptake with mantipillar mulch. Personal note, Martin's getting a little big for the terrarium. A few more days and he goes into the processor. Poor Martin. Status, water cycle initiated. Warning, security systems offline. You have now been unprotected for 0 days. Memory allocations exceeded. Archived data expunged, retrieving recent entries. Maintenance log 1325. Water supply remains steady, but the power fluctuations are doing a number on the automechanicals. Easy fix. All the time in the world. 1326. Gutted the automechanicals for non-essential components. Minor gains in power efficiency due to decreased weight. Waterproofing materials compromised. Human error. Oh, really? Yeah. It's a little bit of a hint as to what's supposed to come. It's like you can see all the automechanical sentries down in here are all busted. Well, if you're determined to complete Peril on Gorgon pacifistically, good luck with that hallway. Stealth your way through that. But, yeah, you don't have to do that. You can instead, wait a minute. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. You got this instead. Or not. Yeah, you can only use that as an exit. Oops, I forgot. Yeah, you have to go through here, and, this one's a toughie. You're almost certainly going to get seen, and then you're probably just, running. Oh, you might be able to hack them. The thing is that they go back and forth between the two, both facing outward, so they'll see you if you approach at all, and both facing inward, which means if you're behind the first one, the second one can see you. Pretty sure the only way to do this without destroying them is very, very well timed ducking into the rooms on the side. Oh, they actually have a...
Great work.
I don't think I realized that they were desynchronous. Oh yeah, and then you can also get down into the bottom floor through this hole. Silly me. So actually, it's not that hard. With that said, though, I'm here to show you everything I can in the game, so... We'll just melt them, shall we? Yeah. The fact that there's that hole makes everything a lot easier. Can try to drop down in there and then be stealthy. I want the model spaceship! Ow, I took damage from that. Crap! Gotta be careful with this thing. As the elevator leads down, a more straightforward approach. Let's go about the rest of these rooms, shall we? Hacking skill too low. Oh, we know how to fix that. Is our hacking armor and our hacking helmet. Initiate watering cycle sounds like fun. Yeah, see all those auto mechanicals down there? Multiple entries found. This one we can read. Note that entries 734 to 942 have all been mislabeled as 733 due to human error resulting in loss of all keys. Damn it, yeah. The L key is stuck. This damn machine. Please confirm activation. Warning, remove all electrical devices from the vicinity before proceeding. User is liable for any ensuing damage to equipment or personnel. Zot! Thank you for using error for your botanical needs. Could have swore I heard somebody knocking. Oh, well. So yeah, if you manage to get into this room, you can disable everything down below. Uh-huh.
Observation log, date, who knows. Subject number, well, let's call him Percy. Percy here has discovered the secret to success. He has lifted the veil and found the pattern. He wakes up, he listens for that bell 3 times a day. Food rains from the sky. He eats, he waits. Life is easy. But the second your molt comes in, pal,
right. Got this one already. Alright, did I get everything? I think I got everything. It can be hard to tell. Right, okay. Elevator. Let's go down the hall. And here we go. Aww. Yeah, so there's the hole that you would drop down through, and you can play the stealth game from there. Got these to take cover behind to start with.
You hear that humming? Sounds like some kind of generator.
So there's the door that was barred earlier. Taking your milk. Nope, nope, I'm not. It's empty.
Easy.
A lot of bits in that cart. Come a ways to find you. I don't think there's anything back here, but I'll double check. Oh, there is. Oh, we need our lock-picking outfit for these.
It's all in the wrist.
Alright, let's persuade Dr. Blakesley to let us into HIA.
So who the fuck? Oh, wait, hang on, I can't hear a damn thing. Just gonna shut this thing off. Right. Marion Blakesley, what can I do for you, Miss Home Invasion?
I need to get into the HIA facility on Gorgon.
Spacer's Choice send you? Took your sweet time. Gorgon? I holed up in a forgotten cargo bay of a rotting colony ship just so I could never hear that name again. But here you are.
What happened on that asteroid?
I really didn't expect today to go this way. Shit. I should have brought another pack of smokes. The Gorgon project gave us Adrena time in the end, but that's just the Bose Spacer's Choice stuck on the whole mess. Corporate demanded a product they could throw onto shelves. That put the squeeze on low at Chem to develop formulas, samples. But how do you know if the product works? You run tests, see what happens. That's where human inquiry and auditing came in. I ran HIA and HIA ran the tests again and again and again. And what happens is a whole lot of wasted time and even more bodies.
Human auditing?
You met the gardeners. They're nothing but overgrown canids, but people love their fancy names. We were looking for a game changer, something to better the colony. It felt important, worth a few sacrifices. Spacer's Choice. They wanted to sell that change for as many bits as they could. None of us got what we wanted.
But then Space's Choice shut the whole operation down.
We had a few weird accidents, escapes, minor setbacks. But one day, all the test subjects got loose. Sabotage, they said. Wasn't just us. All of the facilities got hit hard. Shut us down for a while. That turned out to be the last straw.
Yes, the incident.
Spacer's Choice wasn't getting much use out of us anymore, so they shuttered the project, kicked Adrena time out the door. And I came here.
You've really been in here all this time?
Not much point in sticking around once the project fell apart. And gardening's supposed to be good for you. It hasn't been that long, 4 years. I lost a few months in the middle somewhere, to be expected.
More like 5 years. You must have lost track of time, being here all by your lonesome.
Oh, shit.
How long are you planning to stay in here?
That depends on how long the Groundbreaker's life support systems go on ticking, mostly. Indulge a scientist. What do you want out of this investigation of yours? Trying to liven up your memoir?
I'm just trying to spice up Chapter 3. Someone should know what Space's Choice did.
Really? What good can that possibly do? Your crew feel the same? Heck of a world out here for the shy types. What do you get out of headbutting murderous automechanicals for your captain here?
A family. Or something near to it. We don't always get along or nothing, but what family does?
Fair enough. That's all I've got. Here, I still have this pass. Don't much feel like hanging on to it anymore. Made my exit the moment the project started falling apart. Had to steal some credentials. This should get you into the volunteer induction entrance.
Any advice? You must have known the facility pretty well.
Come on, I've left it behind me.
You know, I bet folks on the Groundbreaker would just love to meet Marion Blakesley, famed florist.
You wouldn't.
You're the behavioral expert. You tell me.
Damn it. Fine. Fine, here, I remember one of my access codes. Just punch in the keypad equivalent for replication. Should get you into the offices. Maybe get you to my terminal a little sooner.
You're a monster, Blakesley, but I think you know that.
Be careful on Gorgon. The compound got into the air, the water, everything. That asteroid makes monsters.
And you can even take her lunch and it's not marked as stealing.
Wicked. Just drowning in dining options down here.
I had to show you that. That's just too good. Yep. It's not marked as stealing, and she actually says something when you take it.
This must be a step up from forced factories, huh?
Doesn't look like either of us are sitting pretty in Byzantium, big shot.
Come on, you two. We're all gardeners here.
I remember hearing that Receptionist Kelly could be down here if you, come to this part after you do the chem lab, but I don't see her anywhere. Oh well. I've looked for her on the main promenade and I haven't seen her there either. Nope. Oh well, I looked. Showed you everything I could think to show you in there. We found Matt Spratt. All right. Back to Gorgon.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
It is definitely time for us to get some sleep. Wake up very thirsty, but that's fine. Yeah, just have some, oh, wow. I don't want to overdo the caffeine. Let's take a sugary drink to go with. There we go. We are the captain. We should check in on the rest of the ship on occasion. And do a little bit of looking around, you know. Everything seems to be in order here. Good job, Parvati.
Felix keeps asking me to watch some adventure serial with him. It's not my thing, but he's real sweet about it.
Okay, so in order to complete this, we've got to go between two different places. Yeah, the waste processing ravine is essentially on the way out of the chem lab. Human inquiry and auditing's one of the other... Yeah, it's the other place we'll need to go to. So, kind of doesn't matter what order we do these in. In my own playthrough, I did HIA first. But it doesn't really matter. Again, there's another facility we have to do after we do both of those. So it's not really going to, like, affect the end game much or anything. But, because I can't think of a reason not to do it this way... I guess go ahead and put a poll up. And just to give you some... orientation on that. The chem lab is over here. And... we will actually find ourselves in the Waste Ravine once we go through that, so I'll finally be doing that. And then HIA is the building right up here, right at the front of things. And once we go through that, we'll actually be coming out the back side of it, which we haven't done yet either. So you can choose whichever you prefer. Meanwhile, I will go visit the Sprat Shack and see if there's any dialogue from Lex. If she says anything after you've met with Matt. I don't think so, though. But it would be neat if it were there. Food addiction being the thing that it is. Hey John, good to see you. No idea what I'm playing. How many episodes into this am I now? Good to see you too.
I don't want any trouble in my place.
Aw, that's
Name your
disappointing.
poison.
I don't think I actually need anything here. We can do some selling. We did actually get one unique bit of kit while we were out there. Electrician's gear. Too expensive to further produce. Moving forward, employees in high-voltage environments should simply avoid touching anything electric. Yeah, this otherwise unassuming outfit here, you know, your typical relatively low-tier light clothing. It's got a defense skills boost built into it. It's got a pre-modified Nightingale step on it. And it would seem like there's nothing of significance about it until you look at that right center there and see next to the lightning bolt that instead of 13 it says 81. So this thing basically makes you, almost immune to electrical damage. Like, it's just... shock damage in particular, this will just be like, whatever. Yep. And you have chosen the chem lab. Okay. Looks like I am mixing things up slightly. Oh, you want out, little guy? Open the door for you. I was leaving anyway. Yes, it has already spawned one meme. One of my favorite things about that photo was one of the subtler things. Is that little orange sticker you put over the letter A in bread. That really did sell it. I did notice. I see what you did there, Courtier. Alright, so... best way to the chem lab is probably to go up the elevator here to Gorgon Ruins, across to the security checkpoint, and then down the elevator there. Bring us in front of the final building we need to enter, but then we go this way, into the lab. How the hell did I miss looting that corpse? Weird. Alright. Maybe if you're away long enough, these things regenerate loot? Or was I really just that oblivious the first time I went through here? Oh, you're not carrying anything. All the containers are empty. Weird. Anyhow. Where are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. I see you all. Okay. You're not dead yet?
Waiting for this.
Nice one.
Oh, jeez. That is one downside to this thing. So you have to actually allot for the shot travel. Man, and it's still not one-shotting. It's probably an ash pile over here. I might have trouble finding where they went down. I like how when you step on these things, you actually bend them downward, you bend them forward. I also think they're really, really neat. When I was very young, my family had this, like, little decoration. It looked a little bit like a plant. Oh, well, okay, there's one. But it's basically a, it was essentially just like the end of a bunch of fiber optics. And, yeah, it's like seeing these, you know, and their glowing tips reminded me of that. That's very much just what it looked like. Oh, there it is. It's like this little glass plant with glowing tips. It was really neat. I haven't seen anything like that in a very long time. I don't think we need to do... soft speaker, but... not sure what we actually gain from that. Now, the Chimera, on the other hand... that is well worth the cost to tinker. I've fought them enough. I honestly can't remember if that was something that she had later on. I only seem to remember it as a kid, though. If there is one thing that we have established during these streams, it is that Courtier is more observant than I am. 7,097 damage. There we were doing some one-shotting. Okay. Thinks the Space Hospital serial is a documentary. I can't be arsed. Good job, you two. Ash pile just cropped, just balanced on top of another body there. And also you can see that the texture is just one-sided. Rare view from underneath an ash pile. It's like, yeah, the ash piles will always be flat on the ground. We don't have to draw their underside. But, they forgot I play video games. When it comes to video game playing, I am Murphy's protege. If something can go wrong, I'll show you how. It will. This is the elevator I'm looking for. Ah, Prudence, why are you so hungry? Okay. I don't need to circle around to this. I'm just gonna go straight this way. Again, don't step in the water. Not friendly. Oh, primals.
Alright, here we go!
Whoa, hi!
Feel it! Here I go!
Not the kid, damn it. Oh, I didn't even see what got me. Well, crap. This puts me back when I, no, when I left the Sprat Shack, I think. Damn. Okay, those guys are not screwing around. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful about this. Okay. Time to get good. That was a terrible shot at him.
That's one down!
Nice.
Got it!
Almost knocked my headset off my head somehow. You know what? I'm not sure I care where their loot is. I'm not sure it even matters. I can't find any of them. Well, there's one. Okay. The one that charged us. You know what? This is already wasted time. Let's just go. I have an idea. Might be improved survivability. There's a reason I haven't sold the pink slip. I might want to switch back to that for some things. Really, game? Is that entirely necessary? Whoops. Wow, quite the dodge.
That's the last of them.
And you. Elevator. Okay, so here's my idea. We start with sniping this one. That was not a one-shot. That's very unfortunate. And now, we turn them against each other. You are gonna help me the most. Uh-oh. Problem. Alright, this is a problem. The other one shooting at us is a serious issue. Oh, good, he's diving under. That gives me a chance to shoot him. No, Felix is down, but I should be able to stand him back up. If I do so quickly. If I can find him... Yes! Oh, man. Son of a bitch. Yeah. This gun, it's like, where has it been the rest of this playthrough? Why is it only this late in that I get it? Holy crap. Alright, so I need to be exceedingly careful until that, symbol there by Felix actually gives out. Yes. Recently revived. Employee Benefits has recently revived this companion. The weapon will not be able to revive them again for a while. Gorgon is hard. Gorgon is really, really hard. And I'm wondering if the perk itself lists the, Revive Companions cooldown 15 minutes. I think I used that on one of them as well, but obviously Felix's is going to come back before that one does. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that lists how long the cooldown on that is anywhere. Oops. I don't think there's any other opposition prior to the building. And if nothing else, I should peek into the building and then peek back out. Oh, am I kidding? The only people in there are marauders. Actually, are there any people in there? I honestly don't remember. Yeah, that door is sealed. There is another way in. Wait a minute. Do I have the wrong one. I have the wrong mission active. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this little doohickey. I was gonna say. Yep.
This facility is currently experiencing a heightened security event. Accessing this facility requires voice-modulated passphrase. Please speak the passphrase.
We attest to the zest with our hand on our chest. Be impressed as our guest by what we've finessed. You are blessed to ingest what we thoroughly test. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
Passphrase accepted. Access granted. Welcome, Dr. Jasper Lowe.
And now we can transition to the Compound Harvesting, Enrichment, and Molecularization Lab. Or Chem for short. And I do want to check around the back side of the building because I'm pretty sure there's something there. But I'm going to do this first because autosave and Supernova. Yeah, this game is pretty, shall we say, low intensity. You could probably, without too much difficulty, finish this blind on normal difficulty without any deaths. I had one death, and it was something really, really stupid. So I figure it's not that bad. Hard difficulty, there are definitely going to be some moments where you're going to have to be careful. That's actually a good level of challenge. Supernova is a little ridiculous in some of the things that it does. I wish the compatriots were decidedly sturdier. There aren't any enemies back here, but there is a lot of gunk. That one we'll grab from the other side. Oops. Lucky.
Chem lab. This place stinks like the wrong end of a primal. And I think I'm close to figuring out why. Something's off with this place. Those ain't normal primals. Thought I was onto something before. Now I'm sure of it. I got a theory to test at that Marauder camp.
Yeah. That didn't go so well for you there. Here's his firearm. Remember, there's no such thing as luck, only hard work. Any ideas to the contrary should be discussed with your local OSI clergy. When this weapon fails to land a critical hit, its critical hit damage will increase. This effect resets when this weapon lands a critical hit. It's probably abusable in some manner. But I've never actually really played around with it much. But that is an awful lot of damage per bullet out of light ammo. That's quite the revolver. Come on. Come on.
Staying out of sight.
It's a freaking cigarette lighter. It seems like you can't get that one without actually going into the gunk. That's unfortunate. That Sprite's probably like, what the hell did you just do? Sprite? Sprat. I don't know why I said Sprite. Okie dokie. Yeah, Supernova adds a lot of extra little bits, pieces, and concerns beyond the increased difficulty. It's like companions don't naturally get back up again after a battle, so they can suffer permadeath. You can only save on the ship. You actually need to eat and sleep, and you can only sleep on the ship.
Run this place. Made the drug that turned decent folk into marauders. I can't imagine living with that kind of guilt.
Something tells me if you've been working your whole life for Spacer's Choice, beyond a certain point, you don't really feel that guilt anymore. Just a sense I get. It just hollows you out inside completely. Always a crap ton of Adrena time. Okay. Actually, I wanted to... Yeah. Steady hand, high nicotine cigarettes. Welcome, Huang C. Urgent notification. This urgent notification brought to you by the Spacer's Choice Automated Subversive Behavior Notification System. Please be informed that one or more of the following high-priority conditions are likely to be active in your office or workplace. 1. Escaped primals. 2. Unlawful discussion of subversive cultural material. 3. Extended and unauthorized breaks. Please notify your supervisor immediately. If you are the designated supervisor of this workplace, this message constitutes your official notification. This is an automated response. Please do not respond directly to this message. Got some messages on Gimsey here. Yeah. From Huang C, forward to Lo J. Jasper, I've been taking your messages at my terminal like you asked. This one's from management, though. Please take a look at this. I could get in trouble for deleting it. From Goodfellow L to Lo J, subject to corrective measures. Dr. Lo, I speak for everyone at the OCI when I express my disappointment in your work ethic. The quality of Compound X harvested and enriched at your laboratory falls well below Spacer's Choice standards. It is my professional opinion that the quality of one's work reflects the quality of one's spirit. Lazy workers deliver lazy work. Round up your researchers. Fire 1 in 10. I expect you and your remaining researchers to deliver the next batch of chemicals to HIA under an accelerated timetable. These measures may seem punitive, even harsh. They are. I am instilling discipline in your team. One day, I'd like to imagine you'll thank me. Respectfully, Lawrence Goodfellow, Manager, Office of Creative Incubation. Work fortifies the spirit. Jasper, I know you told me not to bother you when you're working, but I'm running out of options. I understand you're busy, so I've boiled down my list of concerns into simple yes-no questions. Just respond with Y or N. 1. Did you read Goodfellow's letter? 2. Am I on the chopping block? 3. Has security talked to you about some type of corporate spy in our ranks? 3A. Is there a spy? 4. Did you know Padilla's heart gave out after a 72-hour shift? 4A. Are you attending the wake? I've got staff coming to the receptionist desk looking for answers. What am I supposed to tell them? It's not the best choice. It's the only choice we've got. Are you going to respond? N. Respectfully, Jasper Lowe. Juan to Tanaka, subject lost key? Chief, I found a key in a locker by the lavatories. The key belongs to Dr. Lowe. Please retrieve the key and return it to him. I'd do it myself, but Dr. Lowe can be pretty paranoid. If I show up at his door with a key in hand, he'll assume I stole it in order to fabricate a reason to check up on him. I think that was everything. Yeah. Okay, right, so this facility we actually start on the 4th floor. It goes deep down underground. Big old elevator here, or stairwell. Lots of auto mechanicals out here. Little extra storage room up there. Yeah, look at this cavern area here. This storage area here. This is the door where we can use the extra key we got from Dr. Lowe to cut through. And we could save ourselves the trouble of what's in here, but I will show it to you from behind. It's a lot easier to go through it that way. Get to here. And there's the terminal that we need to get to. And there's an extra storage room underneath there that we'll scope out, and then we get to leave through here. And this will actually take us into the waste ravine. So I can scope that out from that side once we get there. But for right now... Actually, there's quite a bit to loot in this room. Let me re-empty out the inventory, even though the weight limit seems to be less and less of an issue. Where is it? Go.
The strangest notion that was sarcasm. About wishing us good luck, I mean. I'm pretty sure the threat was real. Unless we're getting stalked by 2 different shadowy figures with the same creepy voice, I'm pretty sure this is the same jackass from back in the OCI.
Astute observations, Felix. You are, of course, correct. Okay, so, elevator down there, or stairwell here. Pick your poison. It's essentially 2 tiers to this, an upper and a lower. Quite frankly, neither of them is particularly pleasant.
System.
I do intend to shoot these things. I just want to do so in a reasonably safe manner, I hope. Okay. I don't think anyone else caught a whiff of that. There's another one roaming around in front. Okay, there's one by that stairwell. Well, let's head to the outside edge here. I want to start circling around the other way, or... No, I think I'll... Okay. I think we can get you from here. Battery only recharges to 88%. Nice. So yeah, they're spaced out far enough apart down here that you can actually, like, single them out. Sort of snipe them one at a time. That was not a fully charged shot. This is, though.
Ready for this. No best for the best.
Ah, yes, thank you for the challenge donations. I appreciate that. How is that going along, by the way? 24%? Okay. And remember that if you've got the points, you can do that every day, whether I'm streaming or not. Yeah, they do cap you on how many you can put in a day, but I don't have to be streaming. Nope, it's not stream-based. It's calendar. On impact. Must have inflicted burn damage on it. Okay. That may have actually been all of them prior to the cave descent there. There's a facility in there. Room, we'll scope that out in a bit. Let me get everything out here first. Don't think there's a whole lot of things, but yeah. It's 200 bits in a nice neat stack of cartridges. Here's the elevator, so we've gone full circle. And now we can go up the ramp. I know there's a number of things around the center loop here, or at least I thought there was. Down here? No? Yeah, that's where we could have come in. You might remember the body I checked. Main lab. Oh, and we got some in here.
Out of my way!
Nothing personal, I swear.
Unusable.
Easy.
Ah, Chem Lab. Terminal Access Main Laboratory Message Archive. What have we got? Administrator's notice. All message archives have been unlocked. All password protection has been disabled by order of Lawrence Goodfellow. Privacy is a privilege and must be earned. From Pallavi A to Low J. Subject, can we please... Dr. Lowe, I think I speak for all my colleagues in the laboratory when I say I'm worried about the OCI's treatment of our facilities. I can understand dismissing 10% of our staff as a punitive measure. I can understand cutting our deadlines in half in order to motivate us. But, and forgive me, Dr. Lowe, but I can't understand demanding that we send Human Inquiry our untested compounds. Many of these compounds aren't tested because we know they're failures. Increasing production means proportionately decreasing quality of enrichment, which means lower compatibility with human metabolism, which means higher rate and intensity of dangerous and potentially lethal side effects. Compound X is a highly complicated formula harvested from the waste of xenocytes. It's complicated because, unlike over 50% of Spacer's Choice nutritional catalog, the compound was not designed for human consumption. If the good people at OCI understand the complexity of the compound we're dealing with, there's a chance they'll give us the time and resources we need. We just need to get them to understand. This is a problem of miscommunication, Jasper. Just let me go up there and give them a presentation. I'll use markers and everything. What do you think? Can we do this? And here's the reply. Dr. Pallavi, the OCI are comprised by a gaggle of carrion feeders. You go up there with your markers and your charts and your diagrams, and they'll chew the flesh off your bones, and then charge me for the meal. It is absolutely critical that I finish my research in peace, and as soon as possible, without interference from the OCI. So in answer to your question, no, we fucking can't. Best, Jasper Lowe. Got some personal messages here. From T. Meadows, today we received our updated timetable from management, courtesy of Mr. Goodfellow. 6-week deadlines are now 3-week deadlines. Some of my colleagues have been sacrificing sleep in order to meet these deadlines. Others have been medicating themselves with very small doses of enriched Compound X in order to combat the fatigue. Work fortifies the spirit, so we will carry on. I count myself fortunate to have been spared in the decimation. My former colleagues have nowhere to go. Their departure corresponded with a few critical doses of enriched Compound X disappearing from our storage. Correlation does not imply causation, so I will not imply theft. I am concerned by the side effects of Compound X. Even in its refined state, repeated use damages the synaptic patterns of the brain. Paranoia, violence, psychosis, and intense anxiety will haunt a repeated user for the rest of their short lives. Our enrichment process does not combat the side effects of Compound X. We were close to a breakthrough, but the damage to our research terminals is irreversible. My hope is that Human Inquiry will see the effects of this compound in their own tests and report these tests to Creative Incubation. If Incubation is as chilled by these results as I am, they may provide us with more time and more resources. From B. Gauthier, a moment of silence for my recent batch of enriched Compound X. The elegant complexity of your molecular structure manifested in the hallucination of my own sleep-deprived mind. 30% lower rate of addiction, 75% compatible with human metabolism, and with a side effect coefficient of just 0.65, you are our most promising compound yet. Human Inquiry would have been delighted to pour you into a syringe and stick you inside a test subject. You were destroyed in an unplanned sabotage event, which is to say that Mr. Mostly's fancy tables couldn't predict this would happen. You were almost perfect. Our lab will never see the likes of you again. Compound X is notoriously difficult to enrich. Its molecular structure is fussy. In small doses, the compound provides a massive boost to energy and productivity. Producitivity, actually, is a typo there. The clever buggers at OCI do not seem to understand this principle and have asked us to increase our dosage with every batch. High-dosage Compound X is even harder to enrich, and a poorly enriched, poverty-stricken chemical has none of the protective layers that inhibit dangerous side effects. So what we have is a cocktail of very bad side effects chased down with one massive rush of euphoric energy. Pleasant, but incredibly dangerous. I can only hope HIA's reports agree with my assessment. Yeah, kind of obvious what happened here, isn't it? In the worst possible way. Was there like a separate bin or something? It seemed like there was a 3-item set that came up, and that was weird. Anyway. Critical error. Damage to data storage detected. Memory malfunction detected. Unable to retrieve data. Welcome Ji Zhang. We can look at messages first through Gimsey. To Dr. Lowe, I'm afraid I don't know where your research notes are. I searched materials processing and discreetly asked the receptionist, but nothing turned up. If I had to guess, you left them in the basement laboratory. I'd venture down there myself, but you know how I feel about primals. I apologize for the weakness of my constitution. Sir, if your research notes do turn up in the basement, may I ask you to think favorably on me when OCI asks you for a budget review? Word around the lab is that Goodfellow and the other leaders at the OCI want to make some deep cuts in our staff. If there's any truth to this rumor, I hope you'll remember that I've always supported your desire to find a better, safer version of AT. Respectfully, Ji Zhang. Error memory corruption detected. Error research data not found. Error experimental logs not found. Staff personal entry 1 logs found. Open that entry. To whom it may concern, this morning I and my colleagues gathered in the reception hall. Every 10th staff member at this laboratory was released from service. I am one of them. My indenturement contract to Spacer's Choice, which stipulates a lifetime of productive service as a researcher in the field of organic chemistry, has been terminated. I have served Spacer's Choice for most of my life. Working at the Gorgon facility is the highlight of my career. If I leave Gorgon, I will have nowhere else to go. Because my contract guaranteed my work for the duration of my life, to end that contract is tantamount to ending my life. If you have the power to reconsider your decision, I ask you kindly to reconsider. I am willing to work without pay if necessary. This job is all I have. Please allow me to fortify my spirit by continuing to work. Respectfully, Ji Zhang. This just goes to show you how brainwashed their employees were. Error. Diagnostics could not complete. Irreversible damage to processing unit. Irreversible damage to memory retrieval. Formula samples not found. Formula refinements not found. Side effect analysis not found. Quality of life improvements not found. The whole thing just deleted. All gone. They were supposedly right at the brink of getting it to work. Alright, back storage room. Need the lockpick set. Grr. Wait, what? Did I put the wrong set on? No. Oh. Oops. We're food addiction and or thirsty, no less. Well then, let's have ourselves a caffeine drink, shall we? Now we can get in. Come on.
Roscoe, it's Georgie. If
If you're hearing this, you must still be holed up at the Sprat Shack. And you're not gonna like this one bit. I was trying to steal our recordings when things went crazy. I know. Like I said, sorry. And I'm gonna be in a heap of trouble if I don't get them, so if you want to save my bacon, you need to do it for me. I need the 3 interviews we did with Ambrose, this one here, plus another recording of my own. I left that last one with a guy who owed me a favor at the garbage processing office in the chemical waste ravine. I'll leave an automech near Stellar Freighting. It'll want all 5 recordings, plus a passphrase. Glacial Age. Oh, and don't listen to my log, all right? Just stay safe and keep your head down.
The plot thickens. Yeah, remember that quest we had to find 4 audio recordings for one Roscoe inside the Sprat Shack? Well, it turns out there's a little bit more to it than just that. It turns out that there's this one Georgie that he was apparently working with, and they hid a separate phonograph in the ravine. This one is not one of the interviews. He told us to go get this one, but it wasn't what he thought it was, apparently. I will go get that extra recording, but you're going to have some decisions to make once I have all the recordings. It's going to be a series of decisions. One choice that you make will alter the options for other choices. That's just the way it's going to have to work. Material processing. It's this building in here. Let's scope this out. Oh, I still have the lockpick set on. I need to take that back off before we get into trouble somewhere. Oh shit! Right in front of me? How the hell did I manage that one?
Everyone all right? You're going down! I'm the best there ever was!
Recording hiding here.
The effects of Compound X are inescapable. The refined excrement of the xenocyte life form. It's a fine powder, very fine. It finds its way into absolutely everything. Even in the water now, and the air. It settles like a veil over all of Gorgon. The laboratory techs get the worst of it. We all appreciated the boost to mood and productivity at first, but we're at each other's throats in an instant now. I've had to break up 2 fistfights this week alone. This aggression must be inherent to the formula, to Compound X. How do I stop it?
Okay. Terminal back here. Welcome, S. Dunlop. Experimental notes not found, memory retrieval failed, corruption detected in memory unit. Physical damage detected, 1 remaining logs available. Open last entry. S. Dunlop, Junior Researcher, Experimental Enrichment of Compound X, Attempt 89. 1134, exposed Compound X sample to N-ray concentrate for 30 seconds. 1136, consulted research notes. Notes incomplete and damaged. 1139, exposed Compound X sample to N-ray concentrate for 60 seconds. 1145, sample failed, toxicity levels high, disposed. 1150, exposed Compound X sample for attempt 90. 112, woke up, fell asleep at table. 119, sample failed, overexposure to lab atmosphere, toxicity levels high, disposed. Researcher's addendum, unplanned sabotage event destroyed any relevant research notes. Forced to rely on outdated notes. Expected time lost 6 to 16 months. Attempt to replicate research unsuccessful. We'll try again after resting eyes for a minute. Critical update, dear sir and or madam. This is an automated message triggered by the Spacer's Choice Contingency Management Program. Please do not respond to this message. Congratulations! Contingency 77 TAC 1, Abundance of Raw Material, is now in effect. Due to a higher than projected volume of Compound X harvested in this laboratory, your production quotas have been raised by 200%. Please bear in mind that bi-weekly quota reviews are automatically generated and forwarded to Project Gorgon Administration and the Office of Creative Incubation. Any dereliction in production will be reflected in your review. Yeah, you can see how Spacer's Choice basically... It's just all a big comedy of errors. Literally everything got wrecked. In the worst way. Everybody's expectations of everybody else being so incredibly unrealistic. And bureaucratic red tape locking it all in. You know, same old, same old. Corporate world. There's the security pass we got.
Watch your step, boss. This corridor's a death trap.
Yeah, I noticed. Okay, so we do have this route here. That's not a door, it's just a cavern that leads down into here. But we'll scope that out from the backside. Because we can. Oops. Alright, I want to make sure I get all the mines because I missed one in my hard playthrough, and it made me realize if I hit one during my Supernova playthrough, I'm going to get concussed and have to go back to the ship. Alright. I think we're good. Lots of armor and weapon parts here, and some ammo.
Oh, you got that?
I'll take these as well. And these sitting on here... not much to do here, honestly. Unless we got something to fill that gap with. It's not tied to TTD. Nope. tinker the nightlight. Anything need... Oh, yeah. Here you go. Yeah, I don't think to check that enough. Repair equipment. So you gotta be careful in this room because there's a big old hole here in the corner. I totally fell through it without even realizing it was there. Tanaka's Peacekeeper is a fun one. I'll be holding on to that. Might swap out the soft speaker for it on occasion. Powerful enough for a guard, but made for a manager. This weapon increases the leadership skill of its wielder, as well as the damage their companions deal. Much like the soft speaker, it has to be what's actually actively armed. But if it is, plus 10 leadership. Neat little thing there. Security office status. Access restricted. Administrators notice all password protection has been disabled. Yep. Lift access restrictions. Access granted. Operating a security terminal is a privilege restricted to Space's Choice site safety engineers. Any unauthorized personnel operating a security terminal will receive an immediate reprimand. Also, we can hack it to disable the automechanicals. Disabled. Haha. Nice. And we, of course, have some messages. From Tanaka to Lowe. Dr. Lowe, I'm going to have to take the researcher's side on this one. Your absence during an emergency is conspicuous. I don't want to report you because I don't want corporate auditors scheduling interviews with the entire staff while they're trying to meet deadline. The unplanned sabotage event already halted experimentation and development. We're trying to get our operations running again, and we could use all the help we can get. I'm already down one staff member. Saint-Germain's gone. You know why. You owe this team an explanation to any number of grievances. Your absence is the most urgent one, but I'll take an explanation as to why there are primals being held in the caverns near our waste disposal site. They're your primals, aren't they? Mr. Tanaka, no, I can't explain the primals. Primals defy explanation. They are a miracle of evolutionary adaptation and a treasure trove of interesting genetic material. I'm not going to explain my alleged absence either. This is because I am not absent at all. My presence is implicit in the work of my researchers. The researchers still employed in this department are skilled and more than capable of repairing any damage done by the alleged saboteur. Please don't bother me again with trivial problems. You are the security chief. Stick to securing things, including but not limited to the safety of the lab and my privacy. Warm regards and pleasant felicitations, Dr. Jasper Lowe. Dr. Lowe, I've just finished filing my official report on the unplanned sabotage event. Unfortunately, filing a report on a sabotage event requires me to also include a list of captured, apprehended, and neutralized saboteurs. Company policy. No list means I'm getting arrested for dereliction of... Excuse me. Let's try that again. No list means I'm getting arrested for dereliction of duty, and you're getting penalized for hiring me. Saboteurs is plural. I can't include Mr. Saint-Germain's name and be done with it. As a last resort, I have been forced to include the names of all former employees whose contracts were recently terminated in the decimation. These researchers are no longer part of Project Gorgon, and I... damn it. Sorry. This line kind of gets to me. These researchers are no longer part of Project Gorgon and will likely not survive without a job, so I may as well use their names to save our jobs. I filed my report last night and haven't been able to sleep since. Good! This is to let you know that I will be filing for transfer at the end of the next cycle. Ugh. Alright, so do be careful if you want to grab that ammo. Ammo there to try to lure you down and in. We'll circle around to that. You'll see how we do it. Because after all, we do now get to take an elevator. Hey, Booty Merch, good to see you. Right, so here we have a bit of a waste disposal facility. There are auto mechanicals down here, but they're not aggressive. Because we hacked that. And yeah, you can see there's the overlook and there's the hole. And here's where it leads. On top of these shelves. No biggie. But yeah, the only way to actually get that that pair of ammo boxes, I do believe, is to in fact go down the hole. Although, I might be able to reach one of them from up here. I can highlight it. I don't think they're going to let me grab it. Not going to let me stay up there. Yeah, Kiwami 2 won't be happening for me until I'm done with... It's weird to say the original when Yakuza 0 precedes it, but I think you know what I mean. Hey, Ghoulie, good to see you. Well, I mean, it's not a risk. There's nothing down here that can actually kill me. But yeah, if you do want to... see what it looks like from there. It's not a problem. Just, you know, don't fall into the hole until you've disabled the auto mechanicals. It's my advice, you know. And if you're worried about fall damage, we'll just drop onto this first. Alright, so we're basically at the end of this area already. We're, like, done. Since we don't have to fight anybody down here.
Mr. Lowe was just awfully messy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he kinda was. But before we go into that, I would not be doing my civic duty if I did not. So this is... that we can actually open. But I think... and there's actually nothing else out here. Yeah, that's sealed until we complete the objective on the terminal. think I got everything down in here. Nope. Really? There we go. I did skip this whole cavern thing. So I will show it off. But it is definitely easier to approach from this side than the other. Actually, you know what I ought to do? Come to think of it, I should finish this area, leave, re-enter. That way I get an autosave. So let's actually go ahead in through here. Just in case, because that area is kind of nasty.
Night falls on Gorgon. Though I suppose it's always dark here in the void. The lab is empty, and I am at last alone. I'm preoccupied with thoughts of the single-celled xenocytes that make their home here on this rock. These primordial creatures persist despite the hostility of their surroundings. No, they require adversity to thrive. Perhaps that's why our bodies react to theirs. There is a harmony in us. The law didn't craft us for the void, yet we scrabble across its cold worlds, building, persisting, as the xenocytes do. We live. Against all odds, we live. But for how long?
It's weird that the light works on this bin, but it's busted. It's just has no lid, it's just open.
You survived. You're remarkably intent on scuttling my every plan to end you. How inconsiderate. Especially after I've gone to so much effort to see Gorgon rest in peace. Why do you insist on waking it up?
But Gorgon's been a ruin for years and years. You think they've been here the whole time?
But Project Gorgon's dead, right? It's shut down for good. There's no way anybody could get this place running again.
It looks like a corporation service award, but can't grab that. Or that. There's what we came in here for, this terminal. I think that's everything in the lab? Yeah, we do have this back door here. We have Jasper's storage key. Override synthesis and manufacturing center status. It's still locked. Got some messages here. From Olivia Ambrose. Subject, updated security practices. High priority. Pursuant to last week's incident, new security practices are now in effect. All lab personnel must tidy their workstations at the end of their shift. Close and lock all drawers, safes, closets, vents, and lab doors before leaving for the day. All visitors must be accompanied. Furthermore, any laboratory tech accompanying a guest who has not received certification in either self-defense or hand-to-hand combat must also be accompanied by a member of the security team. All confidential information must remain as such. Do not discuss the nature of your work outside or inside the lab, except to warn peers of imminent danger, such as fire, chemical spill, or suspected corporate espionage. All laboratory techs are to isolate themselves until further notice. Any laboratory tech found fraternizing in groups of 2 or more, or found speaking with the same person more than once, will be remanded to Spacer's Choice Human Resource Re-Education and Reallocation Department. Finally, unless you are actually physically sitting in an interview session pre-approved by me, do not speak to the fucking journalists. Dr. Olivia Ambrose, Project Director, Spacer's Choice Pharmaceuticals Research and Development. From Ambrose to Lowe, subject AT concerns. Jasper, I dug into the volunteer data Marion sent over. You were right, the current formulation is resulting in alarming outcomes, even by Spacer's Choice standards. Priyantha and I performed a handful of autopsies on this week's deceased and made a few notable observations. In one case, that of a young man in his early 20s, we noted a degree of gray matter loss one would expect to see in a man of 70. His brain had also atrophied to a shocking extent, again as one might expect in a much older man. In another case, that of a woman in middle age, the subject was no longer able to achieve natural sleep. After 11 consecutive days of wakefulness, she was no longer able to distinguish her violent hallucinations from reality. Yet even as she spiraled, she demanded additional injections. I was sure our last tweak would reduce the incidence of violence among the volunteer population. We might attempt to further refine the compound through partitioning, though I'm doubtful that will be efficacious. Violence aside, I'm growing increasingly concerned by the habit-forming nature of the compound. What do you think, Ollie? From Ambrose to Chem Lab, monthly physicals, high priority. The materials we work with are dangerous and will result in permanent injury, disfigurement, or madness when handled for extended periods. Therefore, all laboratory personnel will now report to the project physician, Dr. Priyantha LeBlanc, for monthly physicals and psychiatric evaluations. I do this out of an abundance of caution. Schedule your first appointment immediately and notify me when you do. I have access to your medical records, so I will know when you shirk. Do not make me drag you to his office myself. Dr. Olivia Ambrose. Admin functions. Override the lockdown.
Since we've been traveling together, we've visited a lot of places that set my teeth on edge. This here makes my skin crawl.
Halcyon's got no shortage of creepy science labs, boss. But this place? There's something real twisted about this place.
You remember the guy who was running it, right?
I don't know how I feel about Doc Lowe. Maybe he didn't mean to create the Marauders. Maybe he was trying to do some real good. But something went wrong. A lot of people got hurt. I know it ain't saying much, being Spacer's Choice and all, but Doc Lowe and his team was their best and brightest. How could this happen?
They were pushed to do the impossible by people who weren't accountable.
That might have been enough for me back in Edgewater, but after all we've seen of Halcyon, Captain, someone should have said no. I get now why Miss Ambrose would want to clear her mom's name. If the folks responsible for Edgewater's woes tried to blame him on my dad, I couldn't have let it stand.
That's why we're helping her. Alright, looks like we are hungry. And thirsty and a little tired. Have ourselves a caffeine drink there. So as for getting into this here, something about one of the bathrooms, they said? Yeah, funny how I ended up not getting that. Of course we could just hack into it, But yeah, I'll show you where the key is. Actually, I'm going to save that for the second pass too.
Gonna be a relief to see the stars again. This cave is making me all jumpy.
Okay, Chem Lab lower exterior, and as you can see from the map, when it loads, that it actually very much sticks us into the ravine in the back corner here. Chemical waste ravine. There's the elevator, which we've seen the upper side of. And there are some things we'll have to do in there. We will get to that. Make sure I've done something outside the door here. Just loot the things right outside the door. Good time to tidy up the inventory with a vending machine here. Here we go, one of you. And going right back in again. So we have some unfinished business. Okay. The cave. Oh no. I got a long ways to go before I get to unfinished business in Jagged Alliance 2, let me tell you. Oh, one shot at him. $10,477 damage. Confidence. Oh, hi. I'm just gonna keep him stun locked.
Best who ever was.
Is that all of them? It'd be all of them. I was all worried and stuff. Little ramp up here. Trimmer, cleaver, hyper. can't remember what you wanted me to do, man. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, it's like Murphy's Law, right? If I hadn't had made that autosave, they probably would have found a way to kill me. That's how it works, right? Alright, I think that was... Oh. It glowed blue, but it seems like it's empty. Okay. So there's that cave. Yeah. Fun with primals. Good number of them in a relatively enclosed space, but that went surprisingly well.
What was Mr. Lowe doing with all these primals?
It's a good question. I don't have an answer to.
That was fun!
Resident. Very curious outfit under this pile of rubble. That's not really explained well either. But yeah, we come back up here. And there we are. Ran through it from the backside. We're back in here again. Simple, straightforward enough, right? Okay. I do believe that the locker key they mention the bathroom is actually way back at the very beginning of the area. But it's like super easy to miss. Could have sworn I looted all of these guys, but trying to remember where the bathroom is in here. It's like, I know the key does physically exist, and I know it's also very, surprisingly, perhaps, easy to miss. Might be,
It looks so homey. Like a family lived here. All that goodness turned to such devilish ends.
did I somehow forget to come into this portion, like, entirely? There's the bathroom. Locker isn't actually in the bathroom itself, but adjacent to it. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Anything over this way I missed? No? Okay. There's a second floor here. Busted vending machine. Working vending machine. Yep. Upper door. Another walkway. Kitchen area. More lootables. This game does love its lootables. Alright. Wait, did I? No, okay. Now that we have that key card. Actually, this way is faster, I think. Oh, hi. Heck, you even had a toss ball card. Doop. Relax.
Has there ever been an experiment involving primals that wasn't a total catastrophe?
Well, doesn't seem to be any evidence to the contrary here. Two of them? Only one of them now. I was hoping that would be more helpful, frankly. There's more down here than just the primals. Hiccup Aqua Regia is a unique weapon. And this is perhaps the most useful thing right here. Jasper Lowe's research notes. This is what you're told is down here. This opens up some extra options later on. Initial research into primal neurochemistry has proven fruitful. I've discovered a cardiac cell receptor for adrenaline, analogous to human cell receptors in function, if not in physiology. It should be possible to develop a pharmaceutical drug that blocks the effect of the adrenaline hormone in primals, thus curtailing their paranoia, agitation, and violent irritability. Correction, it is possible, just unlikely, given the way OCI has me under thumb screws. Adrenatime is a dangerous drug. The danger can be mitigated by developing an adrenaline inhibitor. Take adrenatime, then take this theoretical drug to minimize its side effects. I barely have the time, energy, or resources to develop a half-passable adrenatime, so this idea must remain a dream. Nonetheless, my notes follow. Hope springs eternal. Lo was trying to fix it. But that's just not what Spacer's Choice was looking for. Yep. So they actually do appear in this list here. His passkey. Okay, well, we're done in here. Time to explore the last place on the surface we haven't been anywhere near or in. The Waste Ravine. So I've been kind of dreading this part. There's a really, really big primal in the back corner. And I don't know how the hell we're going to get rid of him. We're actually suffering a little bit of fatigue here. Where is that actually even being factored in? Huh. Well, Felix doesn't have the can't res me thing effective on him still, so that's good.
Oh, smells something awful. Poor fella had his outpost set up right near the trash.
Here's the last of the fans of Archibald Excelsier's hideouts. Oh, no, actually, we haven't done the one behind HIA yet. That's right. There's still one more after this. Keep forgetting I'm doing things in a different order. Want to make sure I do this well, as after all, I was rather complimented by one of the game's own voice actors the last time I read one of these. The Exhilarating Adventures of Archibald Excelsior Ace Exterminator and the Colossus Beneath Tartarus, issue number 4 of 4. Scribbled in felt tip on the comic's spine is the word enter. After narrowly escaping the clutches of the nefarious Agent Buff Hardman, wounded hero Archibald Excelsior has a heart in turmoil, a broken PET, and no time to rest, because an ancient colossus slumbering beneath the crust of the prison planet Tartarus arises and hungers for the flesh of thousands. As the Colossus lays waste to the maximum security penitentiary, Excelsior's nemesis Hardman returns to haunt him. Now Excelsior must face down two devilish foes at once as lava encroaches on all sides. Excelsior's odds look grim until a chance lightning strike ignites the PET and gives the Ace Exterminator a fighting chance. Will our mustachioed hero slay the giant and finally mend his broken heart? Thank you. Please DM me on Twitter if you want me to commission anything. Birdie Sharp's datapad. Hi, Dr. Kim. I hope everything's alright down there in the Chem Lab waste processing ravine. I know it gets a little smelly, what with the garbage and toxic goo pits and all, so I just want to make sure you're A-okay. With Virgil's blessing, I've prepared a revised schedule outlining the remainder of the package's production cycle. You'll note that your propellant solution is blocking Virgil's completion of the package's metal casing. Uh-oh. Would you maybe be able to come visit me so we can go over the timeline in detail? I'm in the little office just outside the top-level exit from HIA. Can't miss it. Let me know. I'm here to help you. By the marvelous mustache of Excelsior, Birdie Sharp. I've got one more of those to do. I guess that will be the task for next session. So we can just sort of walk across here. Oh. You're a big one. Sleeping. I might be able to just stealth past you, but what fun would that be?
Here goes nothing. No hard feelings, okay?
Oh, I didn't drop anything. What the hell? So over here, we have a trash dump. Boy, howdy do we ever. It's even inside the living quarters. Piano still works. Torn out page from garbage processing log. Day 1. First day 1 on the new job. I can't believe this. Been a loyal, productive chemist on this project for nearly 3 void-damned years, and this is the thanks I get? This must have been Clarence's doing. He must have realized what I knew about the sabotage at the Office of Creative Incubation. Some friend he was. I would have taken a pink slip for the guy. But after the sprat shit he pulled, I can only hope he's eaten by canids. Slowly. Then again, with all the backstabbing going on lately, I guess I ought to consider myself lucky I wasn't reassigned to the inside of the trash compactor. I saw an arm bone in the feed chute today. Looked human. I'm trying not to think about it. Come to think of it, someone might review this log. Shoot, I'll start over. I got nothing but time at this point. Borstan beans. There's the log book. Day 1. First day on the new job. I can't believe this. What a joy to be here. What a sudden and complete surprise to be promoted to head garbage processing officer. It would be nice if there were another officer here to teach me the job, but I guess he fell into the feed chute last week. I have made a note not to do this. Yeah, definitely a bit toned down from the original Day 1 listing. Day 2. I'm starting by reading all available notation regarding the trash compactor. If Spacer's Choice believes that I, a humble chemist, am suited to such a lofty work, then I will do my best to succeed at it. Unfortunately, the operating manual for the compactor is covered in bloodstains, which does make it difficult to understand. Day 3. Compactor was making weird noises today. I thought it was a problem with the compression chamber, so I spent most of the afternoon troubleshooting with the manual. Turns out a sprat had gotten into the hopper. Day 5. The emergency stop does not work. Day 8. My arms are killing me. And my back. And, let's see, yep, my shoulders. Most of me aches. I thought this was supposed to get easier. Guess I'm not used to physical labor yet. I'm seriously considering microdosing with adrenatime. Maybe once they've gotten a few more of the kinks sorted out. Assuming the idiots over at the chem lab have stopped bickering long enough to do their jobs. Day 19. What am I even doing here? I'm a chemist, for law's sake. I don't know how any of this works. I'm surprised I have both arms left. Not that anyone else ever comes by the shack to notice. Day 33. I don't know why I'm bothering with the log. No one's going to read it. No one has any intention of reading it. It's pen and paper. They could at least pretend to give a flying fish sticks and give me a data log. This is spread shit. Day 52. Today I compacted a marauder's corpse into a tiny cube of meat, just to see what it would look like. I should have felt disgusted, but when I looked at the end result, I didn't feel a thing. Day 76. Is there something I'm meant to do to maintain the machine? Maybe oil it or something? Day 100. What a milestone. Day 101. Made a game out of lobbing sprats into the compactor's hopper. Gave myself extra points for the live ones. What have I become? Day 140. I wonder what it would look like to run a mantis swarm through the feed chute. What would it look like all crushed down into a tiny cube? Day 183. Got a message from the mine to come out and clean up some kind of cargo rail accident. Had to trek all the way out there just to tell them I don't deal with fluids. The morons. Day 211. Here's me at my lowest. I've been picking out the most hazardous trash I can find, and I'm saving it up to do something nasty to Clarence's place. Need to figure out which room is his. Day 231. What if I just dove in there? Law, that would hurt. Imagine how slowly and painfully it would crush my body down into juice and meat and shards of bone. Day 269. The mine crew is still after me to clean up their little accident. Like I'm not up to my ears in garbage out here. Bodily fluids are outside my wheelhouse. Any bodily fluids from compressing organic material are just incidental. Day 275. I'm done with this log. I'm done with everything. Maybe I'll let the garbage pile up forever. Maybe it'll pile up so high it'll spill out across the canyon and drown everything and everyone. I can only hope. This mountain of garbage. All compressed into... well, some of it compressed into tidy cubes. I know there's an item hidden near the top of at least one of these mountains of muck. I forget which. Don't think it's this one. Aha! There it is. It's a safe buried in the pile.
Wish I could do that.
Got all this refuse. I refuse this refuse. There's the elevator out of here. And there's a group of primals that I could stealth past, but what fun would that be? So, do I get a better sniping angle on them anywhere? Maybe from up here? Oh, you know what might be better than this?
Do this all day. Who's next? Nobody? Yeah, that's what I thought.
It seemed to be the safest way to do it. Safety third. Completionism first, looting second. Safety third. It's another elevator here, sort of a mid-tier one from the entrance to a middle landing. Nothing but death down there. There's the big one. 17,000 hit points. This gargantuan creature is much deadlier than the already very dangerous primal miasma. On a scale of 1 to 10, a solid 6. Yeah, if we're going to be using the mind control ray on anything, it needs to be that one first. I need food, and I'm putting the good helmet on. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to run into the building and out again. This actually won't take long since we are actually right by this ramp. Take us right back up to the top again. Because this is ridiculously deadly. Well, yes. There is that. That's why I gotta do that save. Okay. That was weird. Like clipped inside the rock for a moment there somehow. I think there's 3 of them in all, maybe 4? That actually get it? Hot damn! Alright. He was carrying a crap ton. There we go. And, the auto mechanical never stood a chance. I think we can... Nope. Where's on this side? There we go. Oh, shit. Wasn't watching where I was going, I guess. Oh, it comes all the way out to here. Oh, jeez. Alright, well. You can sort of use this to help jump across. Jumping back, not so, friendly or pleasant.
Oh, get it off! Get it off!
Why did you two do that? Here's Herbert! If you don't remember who Herbert is, I don't blame you. He was mentioned in a terminal message at one point. He will be mentioned again later on if you need a refresher or a reminder. You don't have to go back digging through the VOD to see it. But yeah, that's where they put him. There's not much else here apart from that. Oh well. Aim for the corpse. Up that rock. There we go. This way. Yeah. As long as I saved, it's gonna be easy. If I didn't save, it'd be balls hard. Ain't that how it always works? So here's the Aqua Regia. Speed grip and Mr. Acid built into it. Putrefaction by swinging action. Attacks with this weapon have a chance to inflict weakened. Need a good, fast, corrosive melee weapon? Well, there you go. I'm never going to use it. I'm never going to use Lucky either, but... Well, actually, let me hold on to that a little bit longer and see if anyone back on the ship might want to actually use that as their sidearm. That's juice, that's sugary drink, that's nicotine. Surplus mods. And all the junk. Very valuable junk. Alright, and now to go to that elevator we saw down below. Around the corner. Mind the gap. And up we go. Long last. And from here, we can simply fast travel back to the ship, and boy howdy we should. After all, that's our next destination there anyhow. Alright, much needed nap. Okay. I don't think I have enough time to go through HIA entirely. So I think what I'm going to do instead, and I'll do this in two parts. The first thing I'll do, I'll head around to the backside of HIA, the exit door, so to speak. I'm pretty sure that the last Excelsior comic is there. So we can totally just grab that, and then we can finish up the Super Science Sidekicks mission. And after that, time permitting, what I would like to try to do is go back to the abandoned mine and see if the Ice Queen is there, and see if I can actually beat her this time, rather than die to her. Of course, no guarantee she actually shows up, as we've learned. But I figure I'll go look. Take long to get to HIA since we opened up this shortcut right here. Did that the first night we were playing Gorgon. Some meat, some... Let's have some sugary drinks, sure. Where are they?
Make this quick!
Where's that last one? Nice. Whew. So yeah, this building is kind of, yeah, it's another whole big thing. So I'll save that for next time. Instead, I'll... do a little bit of side tidying up here. So yes, I intentionally skipped going back here last time. Here's the back door to that facility. But there are actually some things in here of value.
comic anywhere in all this mess?
This is Birdie's research site here. Virgil Sharp's datapad. Birdie. Law damn it, Birdie, what'd I tell you about pestering Maurice? He's not interested. If you scare him off the project, you're gone. I don't care if you're my kid's sister. We need his research. We don't need you. Got it? Good. I took a look at the preliminary schedule you sent over. You got all the tasks tracked, but the timing is off. For one thing, you have me finishing the metal casing's fabrication after the package is supposed to be complete. Find me at my workstation in the mines near OCI when you get off shift. I'll go over the rest of my criticisms in person. By the marvelous mustache of Excelsior, Gil. P.S. How long do we have to keep saying that? It's ridiculous. Adrena time needle stuck into the notes there. It's not that much of a mess. There's the comic book. Right there. The Exhilarating Adventures of Archibald Excelsior, Ace Exterminator, and the Invasion of the Flesh-Eating Sprats, issue number 3 of 4. Scribbled in felt tip on the comic's spine is the word, "and." After pacifying the canid threat, rejuvenated hero Archibald Excelsior is deployed to the subterranean metropolis of Hephaestus to quell the rise of super-villainous a cappella band The Sprat Pack when a new foe arrives to stop him. Buff Hardman, Acquisitions Agent of Super Dark Reclamation, will stop at nothing to acquire Hephaestus Mining's productive corporate enclave for his shadowy shipping concern. When Excelsior interferes with Hardman's plans to mind control the Sprat Pack, Hardman turns his dastardly mind control ray on Excelsior. Will our mustachioed hero free his mind from Hardman's power with his newly healed heart intact? I got winded doing that one. Breathe, Adam, breathe! Okay. Right. You finish looting this place so that I don't have to worry about it. Next session, when we come out back here. Sealed, yep. Can't go in this way. You can only come out that way once you're done. Okay. We have all 4 issues in our sterilized hands. Here's number 1. Here's number 2. Here's number 3. 4th and final. So guess what, chat? You're about to get quizzed. Those of you who want my unique channel currency, earn some bennies. Here's your chance. This is... Oh, right. Actually, you know where I want to go? You know what, it's sort of 6 of one, half dozen of another. Let's go this way.
Got it? Inside voices.
Nope, never mind.
You want some of this?
You got it, Captain!
Nice work, as always, you two. It's weird how this area is actually harder to get through backwards than forwards.
Break up! Those guys were the best!
Didn't catch where that came from, did you? I'm not gonna bother looting that. I'm just gonna get out of here. Right, because we need to go in here. No enemies out here right now? Wow. Okay. Works for me. This is the correct direction, right? Yes, okay. Hey, little guy. At long last. Enter true fan passphrase. Speak friend and enter. Passphrase accepted. One final task awaits thee, fair traveler. You must complete a test to prove your bona fides. But worry not, it should be simple for a true fan of Archibald Excelsior. Begin True Fan Quiz. Question 1 of 4. In issue number 1, The Plague of the Manta Men, what was the name of the Manta Mastermind's second in command when Archibald defeated in... whom Archibald defeated in hand-to-claw combat? Alright, chat. Give me the answer. You were paying attention, right? You thought I was just reading those things aloud in order to, test my VO chops? Well, actually, yes, I was. But yeah, no, you're totally getting quizzed on it. You are correct. It is Sysax Sassafras, Spindle Knight of Olympus. Well done. Question 2 of 4. In issue number 2, Attack of the Crystal Canids, what improvised weapon did our illustrious leader, Archibald Excelsior, use to exterminate King Alpha? In case you can't read that, if you're watching this stream on a really tiny window, a hairpin belonging to his adoptive daughter, Virginia Yang, girl detective, his best friend, Frankie Gat the Living Gun, or the skull of King Alpha's own mother. Who remembers? The living gun, you think? You're wrong! It's the skull of King Alpha's own mother! In issue number 3, Invasion of the Flesh-Eating Sprats, Agent Buff Hardman foiled Archibald's heroic plan to liberate the underground metropolis of Hephaestus from the Sprat Pack by doing what? Tricking Archibald with his dastardly mind control ray, breaking the dam in Lava River, or slathering the Sprat Pack in Auntie Cleo's skin-hardening metallysis gel. Yep, Courtier's right. That one's the mind control, right? Yeah, that one was tonight. Yep. Correct. Question 4 of 4. In issue number 4, The Colossus Beneath Tartarus, how did Archibald ignite his signature weapon, the EET, and put the titular giant down for good? With his last Spacer's Corona cigarette, with the muzzle flash from his pistol, the vermin, or with a bolt of lightning from above? Yep, it's the bolt of lightning, you are right. Alert, the passage is unbarred. Enter as a brother, or sister, Birdie, for you are now a certified genuine super science sidekick. Congratulations. Greetings, fellow sidekick, the door swings wide for thee. Of course, there's actually also a shortcut to the quiz, as it were. The correct answer is always the one with the exclamation point at the end of it, because they couldn't resist. So there is that. 100 bennies. For Grim Agent and Courtier. Yep. Yeah, it's the one with the exclamation point in each case. Yep.
Must have been where those researchers had their hideout. You think we can get inside?
Parvati, check your eyes. This is inside. It's actually a shame that Felix wasn't the one who delivered a line. He says, yeah, I know a fan club office when I see one. Ah, shame. Sorry, Mr. Silver, I didn't code the game. $2,250 bits sitting in that locker. They were not wanting for funds. Here it is. Their labor of love. The PET. If I didn't already earn it, that would have been an achievement. As that's all 3 of the science weapons on Gorgon. The employee benefits, the special delivery, which is sitting on the ship, and the pest exterminator truncheon. This lovingly handcrafted replica energy axe bears a striking resemblance to the pest extermination tool wielded by pulp legend Archibald Excelsior. With his famed PET in hand, the inimitable Excelsior exterminated a plague of manta-men, a horde of crystal canids, a pack of supervillainous singing sprats, and a molten giant the size of a mountain, all while nursing a broken heart. Only a true fan could have crafted such an improbable weapon. When preparing to power or sweep attack with this weapon, enemies are pulled towards the wielder. The distance pulled depends on the wielder's science skill. Yeah, not something I have a use for, but it exists. For some reason, its condition value starts overloaded. 15,000.001. Resulting in its pristine condition here being listed as 99.9%. Kind of weird how that happened. It ended up being a decibel number, but there you have it. Yeah, if you mean either this one or this one, yeah, I got them both. Oh, so that was fun. And that actually does, oops, complete the quest. Which for some strange reason appears way down here. A dialogue between dead men. You completed the true fan quiz and unlocked the door to the secret society's hideout. You're a true and worthy fan of Archibald Excelsior, Ace Exterminator. Yep. Okay, we do actually need to go... Wait a minute. I was just in the chemical waste ravine, and how did I not get the... Dagnabbit. Alright. Shit. I have to go back to the waste ravine. Son of a bitch. How did I miss that? Oh, well. It was looking like I'd be stopping my stream slightly early. Well, that's definitely not happening now. This is, again, an exit barred. In the damn it, I thought we were past this department. Well, at least it should be cleared of enemies, unless there's somebody roaming around the front of this. Oh, we're actually... Oh, shit! What the... Running right into a pack of Gainits. Hot damn! I was properly ambushed just then. Well, nuts. Oh, and we've been crippled. Reduces movement speed and prevents dodging and lunge attacks. Well... Good thing I've cleared out all the opposition between here and there, because I can't fix that unless we're on the ship. The elevator's just ahead. Yeah, so, Georgie's recording, and it is of, an interview with Dr. Ambrose, is of a very different nature than the ones that, Roscoe's been generating. Oh man, this sucks. It was in here and I missed it? Are you fucking kidding me? Son of a bitch. I'm sorry, everybody. Oh, I also missed this sitting on top of it. And that's a unique bit of equipment. How did I knew that was in here. How did I not think to... Sorry, that was just incredibly stupid of me. So this is actually a unique helmet. Wilderness Ops helmet. Durability issues prevented this helmet from reaching mass market appeal, despite its utility for covert ops. The helmet provided to Auntie Cleo's troops for wilderness survival training. This is a very high quality helmet. Very good armor level. It also has a stealth skills boost built into it. So if you're the kind of person who likes to sneak around, here is a heavy helmet that will actually give you a boost to that. And it's not just +5, like, sneak. It's all the stealth skills. Which includes hack and lockpick. So that actually supplants this. I don't need that anymore for the lockpick +5. It's actually built into this. And it's a better helmet. This one is actually well worth tinkering up. Because it also adds to hack, it's good stuff. It's not quite as thick as the reshaped power helmet here. But, pretty good for general purposes. As a matter of fact, I might just do that. I might actually keep that and tinker it up. It helps that it looks better. And the fact that it adds to stealth does mean it's useful while we're out and about. So that's actually a very good general purpose helmet right there. And I missed it like a fucking idiot. Also, there's this.
Tell me about the production of adrenatime, Dr. Ambrose. I hear Compound X is a unique challenge to work with.
It's temperamental. It must be refined under tightly controlled circumstances at tremendously low temperatures.
Do you compound it with anything else? Tell me more about your refining process. Our audience is conversant in the sciences, very detail-oriented, so don't be afraid to get technical.
Last time I met you, you spoke like a groundbreaker builder sprat. Why the sudden airs and such specific questions? Does your minder know what you're up to? Does he suspect you're a spy?
Pardon me.
Interesting, isn't it? And on that bombshell, I'm afraid I'm going to have to call it here. Perhaps slightly early, but most of these streams have been running overtime anyway. And well, you know what? Let's go ahead and try. Let's go ahead and try to face the Ice Queen again. I got the time to do that. Let's go ahead and try that. take out like 10 more meat. The meat locker. We'll just store the PET. I can't bring my... Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Let's check the... Who's a good little boy? Who's a good little boy? You're a good little boy. Man, that's creepy. Okay. Yeah, Ellie's got an N-ray pistol equipped, and I think her... Yeah, she's got the Sugar Ops armor set. She deals bonus N-ray damage. So yeah, she's definitely better off with that. That's actually pretty good. Felix, of course, already well established there. Yoka's got a champion toss ball stick on. Oh yeah, Felix is hand-me-down. Parvati's got the shrink ray and mandibular rearranger. Actually, maybe I should... Huh. I could tinker the PET and switch her over to that. Let's actually do that. That's not the list I want to see. Oh yeah, we're not beating that. He's rocking the prismatic hammer. And of course we can't do anything about Sam's equipment. Okay. No, nothing to modify. Unless we've got a... When your health drops too low, this mod pushes back all nearby enemies. There we go. We can stick that on there. That was useful. Tinker Tanaka's Peacekeeper. That maxed it out. That's maxed out. Am I gonna run out of bits before I max it out? I actually am. Damn it! Is there anyone else who's wearing a helmet simply because it's thick? Because I could swap them out for this. That can upgrade 2 more times. That's actually going to surpass this. Hot damn, I don't think I realized that. Or get really damn close to it. Chimera, unfortunately, getting very expensive to continue upgrading. It's probably not going any further. Okay, it's actually lying to me about those numbers at this point. I know it is. Gotta keep these in good repair. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Why not? And we have this extra loading screen now. All 4 issues. Alright. Hit up the... Actually, not the vending machines, no. Let's visit the general store.
Hey, stranger. Nice to see you're still alive. Let me know if you're looking for something particular. All sorts of salvage and weapons. And plenty of.
Okay, so let's see. I'd better hold on to those. I might experiment with Lucky later. I'll hold on to that too. Don't need these. And you have been obsoleted now. You are still useful though with your sneak attack damage boost. Any rubbish here? Oh yes. Quite a bit. How did I end up with all these extra mods anyway? It was all junk I sold, right? Alcohol or nicotine? Right, okay. Food addiction. Thirsty. Mock apple juice and fish sticks. We get to kill these poor bastards again.
Nobody messes with you, boss.
Doop. Wait, is he still standing?
Sorry.
Thank you, Parvati. Do appreciate that. I'm not sure how much I actually even care about finding the remaining drops. That and I'm running out of time anyway. This still hasn't restocked, that's good. Take care, Grim. Thank you for the Spacer's Choice delights. Okay. This away, I do believe. I believe incorrectly. It's this away. There we go. Already killed one of the two biggest monsters here on Gorgon. Let's see if we can get the other.
Here I come!
Here goes nothing! Everybody okay? Great.
All right. So here's the big question. Did the Ice Queen even spawn this time? Don't know why she doesn't sometimes. She is in fact there. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, let's ever get rid of her peon first. Weird. I don't think they spotted us. Is the queen actually down? Good stuff. Uh-oh. Okay. There we go. Avenged. I'm guessing it doesn't drop anything unique, but it probably has quite the list of other things. Yeah. A Mr. N mod, that's pretty rare. Alright. That was just a bit of unfinished business that was really bugging me. Kind of had the opportunity to go back and deal with that. So I did. Fast travel back to the Unreliable. Take a nap, take a drink. Call it a stream. Back at it this again next Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'll be on again tomorrow night with Retro. Probably gonna do it from the Switch. Frickin' Block Hole is coming out on Arcade Archives.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
I don't know why that happens, but it's funny. Alright. One more sleep. You little guy. And, oh, yeah, let's go ahead and, store that, and these. These I'm going to want to hold on to, obviously, even if they're not currently equipped. And, that ought to do it. Take a sip of a drink. Oh yeah, we haven't had our tin of salt tuna for the day, so there's that. And then, a drink. Which I guess should be a caffeinated drink, yeah. And that'll do it. Those of you watching live, thank you for your participation. I greatly appreciate it. I will find someone to host for you. If you're not so inclined or you are watching the VOD, take care. Never forget to play. And I will catch you next time.